The optimized life is a joyless life coming in hot, boys. Okay,
Yeah.
let's
All
let's
right, let us
let's
know when
take it
we're ready to
away.
start.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Okay.
Okay, so essentially nowadays AI optimizes everything. Our calendars, our routes, our meals, even our social interactions, and we're living in a straight line. But joy lives in the tangent, the accidental discovery, the wrong turn that leads to a sunset, the random conversation. And our apps have killed discovery. We no longer have these happy accidents because algorithms have solved for the shortest path. We're living optimized lives. Um, yeah.
Yeah, so instead of optimizing for the fastest route, our app lets users choose how they want to experience their journey. Set a destination, select your vibe, and our AI builds a scenic route designed for discovery, not efficiency. It brings back the joy, curiosity, and discovery of
Yeah.
travel. Our core features include AI vibe routing, routes based on weather, sentiment, social media. We have a main character log. After your trip, you receive AI-generated story of your journey that you took, and you also have daily streaks, which you get rewards for choosing exploration over routine. So for our users, so most decisions are driven by efficiency, and that's kind of like what we're battling against right now. So choosing the fastest route, the quickest option, or the most direct solution is the current kind of way of things. Over time, that creates very routine experiences with less variation, fewer surprises, and limited discovery. But not all people are optimizing for speed. There's a growing group of people, of users who value things like discovery, curiosity, and engagement. Imagine someone who lives in a productivity loop. They use Google Maps for the fastest commute, DoorDash for the most efficient meal, and Slack for the quickest communication. They feel like they are teleporting through life. They leave their apartment and arrive at the office without remembering a single detail of the journey. This ideal user isn't just focused on getting somewhere quickly, they're interested in the experience along the way.
Yeah, with regard to the technical architecture, there's a mermaid diagram here. The Detourist architecture is built on a dynamic geospatial search engine. We initiate by calculating a baseline route, then use a custom serendipity slider to define a multivariable search radius. And instead of a single proximity, our Joy engine performs a categorical intersection, merging Google Places API data with real-time vibe context. And that is essentially a weighting algorithm that prioritizes specific POIs based on the current time and weather to calculate a best fit match for the user selected aesthetic. Finally, we close this loop with a generative persistence layer where the trip metadata is transformed into a poetic log and tracked via async storage to manage the conditional logic for our deep detour feature unlocks. Our next technical milestone is replacing the traditional map view with a custom navigation layer using Habersign math to drive an immersive mapless UI. So yeah, let's
Okay,
get
now
into the
time for our
demo.
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 Yep. This is our site right here. So you start off by letting us know your travel mode, which is driving, walking, transit, or bicycling. Most of the time it'll be driving, or at least in our demo case. And your detour style is your next choice, where you kind of get to experience the travel route.
Mhm.
You can choose between things like scenic, local gems, landmarks, green space, culture, or heritage. In this case, we'll choose scenic. And then from here, you choose your destination, such as right now we're in Minneapolis, so the browser actually recognizes that. And I could go ahead and enter something like Chicago, and I can create the route. And it now shows the different stops along the way, scenic routes actually, that are along the way. And it also shows me the time extra that it takes by taking the scenic route. Going to Chicago is like 7 hours, so this would take like 9 to 10 hours just by doing that. And then the best part, after this, you can go ahead and open it in Google Maps, and just like that, your route is ready to go. Your stops show along the way, just like this. And you can also edit. You can add another stop if you want, or you can change things up. And also, you have a streak of how many days in a row you've used the platform, and as well as a journal. So after you take the trip, you'll be able to see a summary of it. So yeah, that's it for us.
Yay.
Oh man, this is sweet. Um, can you hit the surprise me?
Yeah,
What happens when you hit surprise me?
surprise me
Oh,
just is
I
go ahead and mix these different
all
styles
right.
together.
Here's you're in Minneapolis, you said?
Yeah.
I'm from Duluth. So put Duluth, Minnesota, and I'm gonna give the real test to the room here of whether this
All
is
right.
actually vibing or not. Okay, Duluth. Let's create this route. If it
All
goes to
right.
Duluth, Georgia, I'm taking points away.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, let's see what we got.
I'm
Let's see
gonna
what
click
we
the
got.
open
Let's see what these
Google
options
Maps.
are.
That's the correct Duluth. So
Honestly, kind of a vibe.
yep, and it shows you the
Okay.
stops along the way, a few scenic routes.
Little
And
St.
it's
Croix
like-
action in there.
Yep. and
Beautiful
it's like
park
a few-
system if
few
you guys
extra-
haven't
few
been.
a few extra hours to go the scenic route.
Yeah.
And then we
Best
have
time of my life.
eventually we're gonna go ahead and have like a slider that you can choose like how much extra you're kind of willing
I
to
think
spend
this is awesome.
for
You guys
touring.
should definitely prod this. This is hilarious.
we want to.